Hello, welcome back to episode 2 on the Hanayama Cast Marine series of puzzles. In episode 1 we looked at solving the claw puzzle. Episode 2 we are now going to be solving or attempting to solve the starfish puzzle, which is a level 2 out of a possible 6 on the Hanayama difficulty scale. And our aim is going to be to separate that fish from the starfish piece, and then we'll aim to put it back into its original position in as quick a time as possible. But we're not going to be rushing through this. We are going to enjoy it as we're doing it, try and understand the puzzle rather than just try and rush through, rush back and get a bit lucky. So without further ado, let's crack on with trying to solve the starfish puzzle. Okay, so here we have the starfish puzzle, which is also appropriately named, like the other marine puzzle that we did previously, which was called the claw. And actually, looking at the box here, I feel like I'm not in the starting position. That looks like it's right in the middle, which would be that position. So I think that's where we start from. Anyway, we'll have a quick read of the box. This is the same start. So yeah, this is exactly the same as what it said at the start of the other one. I'll read it anyway. In the summer of '97, I saw two mackerels that had somehow managed to get into a sardine tank at the aquarium. Watching these two fish unable to blend in with the shoal of sardines made me wonder if they were on a journey of self-discovery. What sort of adventures will they have? Imagining this led to the conception of 6 cast puzzles based on oceanographic subjects. This one is starfish. 2 mackerels jostling for a starfish. Separate the starfish from them and then put them back together. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I feel like that move that it was in, or this position that it was in, might be the first move to do. Looking at this, I think this hole, like on the previous one, there was a similar hole on the claw puzzle. I think that literally is just for like if you want to put it on a key ring or something like that. And for this, the only other move that makes sense or that seems possible would be to separate it off this side, but obviously that's not going to happen because that would mean it would be the easiest puzzle we've ever done. Although looking at this now, I'm thinking that we might have to come back on. I can't really see any other moves that we're going to have to do. I mean, this is the shortest of all of these parts, or maybe these two actually, so maybe we go around them at a certain point. These ones, especially with that sort of curved up shape, look like when we're not going to be going around those two. But I can't really see, like on here, like any obvious places that we can move to. So that makes it interesting. Underneath is sort of hollowed out in certain places, but again an interesting sort of shape. There is a few like markings on it, or not markings, but there is a few like dips in here and straight lines here. Also got the starfish Hanayama engraving thing there, and then AY engraving there, which I think stands for Akio Yamamoto, who is a puzzle designer. I always remember that he did the vortex puzzle, which is the second hardest puzzle that we've done so far. And I always remember that because one of the 3 pieces is labelled AY. Now, right, what do we do with this one? I feel like we've not got enough room to pass to the other side. Is there like a thinner part on here that we can go around? Doesn't seem so. So maybe we don't come off here. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know where we go. Like that bit in there just seems too, yeah, that's too tight, or it's just not big enough to pass over on that part. Is there a bit on these that is a little bit thinner? There we go. So we can get into that. So these little dips in there are for a reason. So that's interesting. Right, where did we start? Yeah, I think I'm going to try and keep it held in this position. So now, maybe we flip over. So this isn't one of the stars or the legs that seems long enough to pass around, whereas these two look like they are. So we've gone around this one, which had a little dimple in there, and this one also has a dimple in here. So I thought it might not be quite as straightforward as just doing the same move again to get past this one, but maybe it is. Just need to find the angle at which we can get on into that position. That doesn't actually seem possible. So we'll flip around to this side. Maybe we can now do the same on this leg instead. Yeah, we can. So we're now around to here. And again, chances are we're probably now going to go across this one. I'm not too sure, although this is the one that we just tried, but okay, so we've got the angle on it to be able to do that now, which is interesting. So we're on it, and we've passed over to that side. I'm interested to know, although I think I may have just worked it out actually. I was going to say I'm interested to know how it's actually going to separate, but it's probably going to be sort of like a mirror image version of that first move that we did, coming over the edge of that. Now these two pieces don't have the same sort of gaps in it like it does in there. But that doesn't mean, that we can't just pass over. Or under, which however you want to view it. Now here I feel like... I think we're going to go... I'd like to be able to go around, just so that there's a little bit of a different move. So far we've just sort of repeated the same moves a couple of times. I can sort of half get into there, but I don't think we're in the right position to get over that. However, I do think we just came over this one, so let's try flipping over to the opposite side and seeing if we can get something going on. So here we go into the middle. And where were we? In this position, and there we go. And we solve it from there. We've separated the the mackerels from the starfish. And to be honest, that took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. But I've said yes a lot now. Right, we've taken it apart. Now we need to put it back together again. Yep. Okay, and getting it back to that starting position is probably not going to be too much of a challenge. So I think it's relatively straightforward now. Pretty sure we went in that one. Go, and then all we do is turn that over and finish in that position there, opposite the keyring piece there. So yeah, super easy to put back together once you've got it apart. And yeah, there we go. So far the two marine ones that we've done have been fairly similar in terms of it's moving a fish shaped circle around another fish related, or at least sea related shape. But there we go, the starfish puzzle done. So there it is, we managed to disassemble that fish from the starfish and then reassemble it back into its original starfish puzzle position. It took me a little bit of time to figure out that first move of sort of passing under and over one of the legs of the starfish, but then eventually when you sort of figure out that it's sort of that's the same move that you have to repeat, going over the various legs until you essentially turn it 180 degrees from its starting position, and then you can actually separate it from there. Same as the previous puzzle in the claw, because it took sort of a fairly long time, given the difficulty of these puzzles, to actually take apart. It was almost, yeah, like a routine putting it back together. We managed to do it pretty quick, pretty easily. And that is it for episode 2 in the Cast Marine Puzzle mini-series. Next, we're going to be looking at the Seahorse puzzle, which is a level 3 out of a possible 6, so should be a little bit harder than the 2 previous ones that we've solved. And we will find out if that is the case in about a week's time. But until then, thank you very much for being here. If you want to see all the future episodes of this little mini-series, then be sure to click my face here to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!